Okay, so finally, I think that the devs are really focusing on the fun of their players in DBD and not just trying to come up with new ways to play with, new skins and, new OP killers. They're actually trying to think about the quality of the gameplay because I don't care what the skins look like. I don't care what killer comes out. You still have to care about the fun of this game. And this game is already asymmetrical. So people keep trying to think this game is about trying to balance it out as much as possible. At the end of the day, killer's going to have the edge. That's fine. But the things that they are talking about changing and fixing is just going to be, it's remarkable, right? So it's going to go through 2 phases. And I think they're delaying the PTB. I think it comes out tomorrow. I think it was supposed to, but they were really trying to focus on the quality of the gameplays, as well as the quality of life. So it's going to have 2 phases. First phase is going to be through April through June. And then it's going to be a phase 2 through July and through December. And let's talk about the gameplay first. That's going to be through phase 1. Anti-slugging. Let me say that one more time. Anti-slugging. I cannot wait. I'm so glad that's at the top of the list. That's how you know that they've heard and read a lot of messages and posts and comments on Reddit, on Twitter. They know. And killers always try. I'm just going to read through the whole thing because I swear I cannot wait till I get into this. And if you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, right? Okay. So anti-slugging, they're going to try to tackle the surrender option because a lot of survivors also hate when a teammate gives up and stuff like that. But I also have like one time when I see you on the gen, I will just go next and go do something else. All right. Gamma settings, I guess they got to do with like maybe the color of things or like the settings of like the tint of the, like how you view the game or something like that. I'm not too sure. The go next prevention, hiding and body blocking prevention, spawn rules and map offering balancing, improved AFK bots, which I didn't know bots were AFK or they were just like maybe doing something and maybe they left their, because, bots got lives outside of DBD, maybe, who knows. All right. And then the quality of life, right? Bulk blood point spending, new quest system, more perk presets, and preview your perks in lobby. I think that's pretty cool, especially be able to see maybe other survivors' perks. I think that's what they're talking about. I think that'd be pretty nice. And then through phase 2, that's going to be, they're going to still try to tackle again the anti-slugging. They just kind of want to revisit just to see how things are going within those months. Continue improvement, anti-tunneling, anti-camping, MMR update, which would be nice if they can actually put people where they should be as far as levels. Because even though I like to say that this game is asymmetrical, it's not meant to be balanced. It's not that competitive the way people think this game is, especially if one role is supposed to have the upper hand and edge. I still think it's nice if you can put people with a certain amount of hours for those who do want to compete. And then it's map and key item balancing. So that is the phase 2 through from July through December gameplay. Now the quality of life during that time is going to be keyboard and mouse on consoles, which is interesting. I know they were doing that. Custom game improvements, accessibility improvements, prestige rewards, reduce login steps. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be very, very hurt a bit, and I know it shouldn't be that serious because it's a game. I'll get into it. Because I think the prestige reward is kind of a bittersweet. So they're trying to get rid of the anti-slugging, which I love. But the prestige, something that really bothers me because I really wish they did that in the beginning more than just us having an icon just to flex and get tunneled to hell. And the fact that we couldn't even get a skin, especially though I've hit prestige almost 3 years. I'm not going to talk about it right now. Hold on. I'm not going to talk about it right now. So let's check this out. Let's just get right into it. I'll kind of read a little bit of it. It says, to accommodate for the scope of rifts, events, modifiers, and collections. That means there will not be a PTB tomorrow, like I said. But rest assured that we did not make this decision lightly. We feel confident that the land are up to life, and this is DBD stronger than ever. We're always listening to our players. Yeah, they say that, but I mean, it took this long, but okay. And this has been a long time coming. Looking for a more comprehensive breakdown of everything lined up in phase 1. We got you covered. So let's talk about the surrender state. This is basically, all right. Surrender state. The team has been working on a surrender feature, which should limit player frustration on both sides. To get it right, we first needed to identify the situations where its use would be most appropriate, leading us to two scenarios. So basically, they're trying to at least think about killers need to slug, and gens are going by too fast. They're just trying to counter the game and to counter the survivors' gameplay and progression, and hoping that they can try to slow down everything, get everybody off gens. But that bleeding out stuff and want to dry hump you on the ground, like, that's so common, dude. That is like very, very, very common. But okay, so here's the two scenarios that they're talking about. All remaining survivors have been slugged, survivor, or all remaining survivors are bots and killers. So basically what they're saying is the only way you can pretty much surrender in this situation is if you are a survivor and everybody's been on the ground. It gives you a chance to pretty much say, you know what, I just want to give up. Because killers know that they win the game at 3 kills. They win the game at 3 kills. I'm sorry that I'm screaming, but I'm not. They know they win the game at 3 kills, but they need to get that 4th survivor out. They will drag that. I'm not going to be late for work because you want to get you a 4K. You being greedy, right? So they say, okay, guess what? If all remaining survivors have been slugged out because you got survived, or you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Maybe it's not all. Maybe if a survivor's dead and then maybe everybody else is on the ground, maybe you don't get that option. So maybe I'm wrong on that one. But there are killers who really will not hook nobody and say, I'm just going to leave you on the ground to bleed out. So maybe that's what they're talking about. They're saying if all remaining survivors have been slugged, that's when you can pretty much surrender. So I think that's what they're talking about. I don't think it's going to be if there's like 3 survivors left and 1 has died and then you get a surrender button. I don't think that's what that is. But that still doesn't mean that killers still won't probably slug you out. So we still have to see how that works. And then if it's all remaining survivors or bots, pretty much if killers just pretty much in a match by themselves, then they can just leave because they're not going to get anything. I don't think the bots are going to care all that much. Maybe the bots trying to get blood points and prestige and get that reward too. Who knows? But I think that's a pretty good thing for the killers as well. And then it says, once these incidents occur, players will be able to use the surrender option, ending the trial while retaining the blood points they've earned and escaping the disconnect penalty. So that's pretty good. So you at least still get something. But at least they're trying to put in a mechanic in the game where it recognizes where it makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay, let's talk about the gamma adjust. And again, I know there's going to be killers. There's going to be boohoo survivors crying, all this stuff like that. But again, killers know that they just want to be a D-head just to be a D-head. Or whatever, because survivors flash banged your mom or all that stuff, pause. You know what you're doing. You know you want to do all of that. That's fine. But at least they're trying to do something to make it where the game is just not unbearable. Because at the end of the day, guess what? People have to want to be able to queue up and play DBD. They're giving out 400% blood point bonus to play 2v8 and then play regular survivor. You don't see that on killer as often. You really don't see that much blood point incentive to play killer because killer is the easier role. All right, but anyway, let's talk about the gamma adjustments. Dead by Daylight can get a little dark, not just thematically, and sometimes excessive darkness can hinder playability. We are introducing the ability to adjust gamma settings on all platforms, allowing you to find a sweet spot without sacrificing the intended artistic direction. And yeah, it can be like certain maps I really just do not like. I forgot that one map. It said one outside map. It's just like it's so dark, especially when you're like running and chase. But I also think it is meant to be dark, especially like in Midwich. Like I hope that doesn't count on my blend deck. I hope that does not count on that. I got the video coming out a little bit later tomorrow. Or today, whenever you get this. But I don't know. But I do think it's nice that you're able to get that on console. Because we know PC is like the cream of the crop that has everything you can get on PC. Correct? All right. Go next prevention. People love this, right? People love that this is where they're trying to go in the right direction. The go next expression refers to instances where a survivor deliberately does everything in their power to quickly go to their next game, including walking up to the killer and standing still, running to a hook and repeatedly pointing at it, or most commonly intentionally failing skill checks while on hook. I never walked up to a killer. I've never, in the 8,000 hours, I've never walked up to the killer. But yeah, I might have definitely missed that skill check. Sometimes it's hard to hit a skill check when you're on the hook when Survivor's not doing gen. Sometimes it's hard to do that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, sometimes I'm not gonna BS you. I'm not gonna hold you. Sometimes, like, my finger cramp up trying to hit that R1 or whatever, like whatever you're using to try to hit that skill check. And it's like, damn, like every time I keep trying to hit it, I swear to God, it just keeps slipping. Like I got to get a new controller, or maybe I got to get new teammates that's going to actually do generators. I get so frustrated. See, this is why like I stopped caring about like trying to win in DBD at this point, or like half and half. I just like don't care, because it's like it sucks when you try to play and I get survivors. But why are you guys giving up and going next? I got one brother. See, y'all better hope they did. Okay, hold on. I just want to see what they're talking about here, though, right? So it says to incentivize and properly penalize this behavior, we will be implementing measures that will help us identify when a player is attempting to quote unquote go next. Once identified, they will receive a disconnection penalty point and lose an entire grade. We'll be keeping a close eye on the system to ensure its accuracy, but we are confident that this will help. They had that twice. I don't know why. Confident that this will help alleviate the issue. Okay. On the other hand, we like to reward players who stick it out through those challenging matches, even when things take a dire turn. We'll be moving forward with a new emblem-based multiplier that grants additional blood points during your following match, with this bonus stacking over consecutive trials. Okay, cool. I mean, I really don't care about that. My thing is this. Listen. Solo queue, right? Solo queue. It's a game that's just like it's a mode or a thing that you just know, like it's like you should never expect to win a match in solo queue. It's cool to try, but like you shouldn't expect it. And here's the thing, right? I just want to be very clear here. I find it very fun. Like, I'm a competitive person, but I find it very funny that these same survivors that complain that you go next are never on generators. I find that very ironically funny that y'all complain. These are the same survivors that get mad when you are doing this, but I'm literally seeing nobody on a gen. They're hiding. They're trying to get a flashlight save, so they're playing the game. But we're not doing the objective, right? The objective is to try to bully the killer and try to get a flash. We can't dead hard into a flashlight save anymore. But those days are over with. So you're just pretty much going to fail 99% of your flashlight saves just to get a cracked video on YouTube because you saw somebody do it on YouTube. But you don't know how many times they probably did that. So you're selling the game. You're not on a gens. You're not doing any the objectives. So, like, what are we doing here? You either do a gen or I go next. But at least they're trying to do something with it. But the reason why I don't complain, because at the end of the day, listen, I just care about the anti-slugging. If they make it where they can do something where we can get up, or like they said, right? If everybody's on the ground, then hey, we have the surrender option. I still think that they need to do something though, just in case, because what they'll do is the killer will still slug for that 4K. If they're just only talking about, okay, 4 survivors got to be remaining in the trial, and the killer just try to rush kill and knock everybody on the ground with knockout, and then make everybody bleed. Okay, please do something about that. But that still doesn't change the fact that it could be me and another survivor in a match. And a killer, instead of just saying, hey, let me just chance that survivor of getting hatched, I'm just going to just, and hooked up the person, I'm just going to try to bleed both of them out or try to bleed that survivor out. And I'm going to try to find that survivor. And here's the thing. Survivors aren't supposed to make your job easier, killers. We're not supposed to make your job easier. Like, I don't understand this notion of, okay, I'm tired of trying to find you or chase you. Just come on out and let me kill you. You got to come find me. What you mean? Oh, but you're going to let that survivor suffer, though, and let them bleed out for your stupid 4K, but you've already won the game at 3. So I really don't know how that's going to be, but we'll see. Extreme hiding and body blocking prevention. Okay, extreme hiding, quote unquote, refers to survivors drawing out an unwinnable match by ignoring their objective and waiting out the clock. To combat this, we are changing the way AFK crows operate so they can more accurately identify when a player is deliberately avoiding engagement with their gameplay objective. Once the player receives a crow, their location will be immediately revealed to the killer. Okay, that's interesting. We'll also be incorporating a feature that allows players to lose collision to prevent instances of body blocking related griefing. That's actually interesting. First off, I wonder, are they going to change that one tech? I hope they don't. Where, like, if you have an item and you can just continue to pick it up and drop it, pick it up and drop it, pick it up and drop it. I know a lot of survivors don't know what that could pretty much avoid crows. That's why I've seen some players do that. Where they pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it, and you don't get a crow. I don't know if they're ever gonna like change that. But a survivor could probably still get those if they just did that. Like, you just pick up an item, drop it, pick it up, and then the crow won't come. I don't know if I don't think that's popularized, so I don't know if that's even going to be a thing. But we'll see. And then it says incorporating a feature that allows players to lose collision after receiving a third AFK crow, which should prevent instances of body blocking related griefing. That's interesting. So I wonder what did that mean? Like somebody's trying to help their teammate from getting hit, body blocked by them getting body blocked, and then they just get right past them. I don't understand. Maybe y'all can help me out in the comments. Map offerings, right? Map offerings is fun on both sides, but it just depends on the killer or the survivors. Because you could be a newbie and bring in map offerings, but it's not going to matter. But if you are a veteran, like for example, like people hate going and planning on Gideon map, but at the same time, if you face a nurse in Gideon map and nurse brought that map, it's already over with. That's the reason why the nurse brought that map. So even though a lot of killers hate Gideon, the game, because almost virtually every map is like a game, it's like a god palette. If nurse bring that map, it's over with. Does that make sense? Okay, it says, okay, here's the map offering. It says, we recognize that map offerings are a bit diversive. Exactly. Some players enjoy them, while others feel they can grant an unfair advantage. The fact that they automatically bypass both the map and realm repetition system can also add to that frustration. Yep. Moving forward, map offerings will no longer guarantee the appearance of a given map, but rather increases its chances by 20%. Note that they will not stack. We're also looking to make it so map offerings, as well as several other types of offerings, will remain a secret during load-in. That way, your decision to remain in that match will not be swayed by external forces. Or I'm sorry, it says external factors. My bad. That's interesting. So with the 20, so it has a 20% chance. So they're saying that if you bring it, it won't guarantee it, but you still you have like a 20%, maybe 2 out of 10 chance of getting it. And I don't think you can stack them, all right? Like even if you bring them or bring like a whole bunch of it to ensure that you go. Even though I do think, but I assume they're probably saying like if you bring like 2 Gideons, maybe it's like increased by 40%, or 60% if 3 of them bring it, 80% if 4 of them bring it, or whatever. So that's actually pretty interesting. Again, certain maps I just hate. But at the same time, killers know that they can bring map offerings. But there's always 4 against 1. So killers will have like the lesser advantage if they try to bring it. But then somebody else, a team is trying to bring like Dead Dog. And if they bring Dead Dog, you already know what they're trying to do. Like you already know that they're trying to be, on that timing. So that's actually pretty interesting. It can be fun. It'll give you a chance to play on other maps, right? Spawn rules. Survivor spawn placements can have a significant impact on a trial's outcome. And an observation that has been repeatedly recognized by our community, it's become clear that survivors spawning separately and thereby covering more ground allows them to gain a notable advantage in completing an objective. We are changing the default survivor spawn rules to ensure that each survivor will spawn within 12 meters of one another on the same floor if applicable. To accommodate for this change, shroud offerings will be adjusted accordingly. That's actually pretty solid. They're trying to make it where I don't know. So they're saying, I just want to be clear on this one. So they're saying we are changing the default survivor spawn rules to ensure that each survivor spawn within 12 meters of one on the same floor. I just don't like that. I just do not like that. I really do not. At the end of the day, we know, it still doesn't help the fact that we're gonna. I get it. I just don't like that we're all together. I never like when survivors are all together. We have to be spread out. And scary survivors going to group up together, and that's just kind of a way for a killer, especially if it's like a Billy, to just one shot, or if there's killers that can hit both survivors at once. I think they're just trying to give killers an advantage on that one, but that's just my opinion. Improve AFK bot detection. Players that use AFK bots can be frustrating to have in your trial. And we are working on improvements to our detection system so that it can quickly identify and penalize them accordingly. I didn't even know AFK bot detection was a thing. Bulk blood point spending to speed up general blood web activity. We are adding a button that will allow you to spend blood points in bulk. Okay, cool. Quest system, never heard of this one. Previously announced last year, the quest system is part of a larger update to the archives and rifts, so expect more information in an article specifically dedicated to that. For now, know that we will be reworking the challenge system as well as daily rituals to reduce the grind, make it easier to earn rewards, and increases all the stuff. Okay, that's cool. Perk loadouts and previews. I think this is a lot of people like as well. After a successful round of A/B testing, we'll be allowing players to see their own perk loadouts while in a lobby, as well as adding additional perk loadout slots. Okay, that seems cool. Like if you're already in the like, okay, that's not bad, especially if you can just see it or whatever. We believe these changes will be an overall benefit to DBDs, helps further establishing a positive gaming environment for all of our players. We'd also like to thank you for your patience and understanding this game. We'll be back. I'm still let me see. That they said something about, I don't think I've seen this, right? I don't think I've seen this myself in here. I'm still tripping about the it's one thing I want to talk about before I end this one. So I think it's healthy, right? I think it's a healthy thing for it to be in the game that they have something that helps survivors and killers want to play this game. Because to me, if you are a killer, I'm sorry. The only thing that you are maybe experiencing that's frustrating is that not being able to play like a full match without teammates leaving. I mean, without your opponents leaving. I don't see in today's DBD, bro. I'm sorry. Like, you're going to have to just show me. I don't see in today's DBD that killers are having like a bad time. I mean, like, when you look at the way they were killers now, I mean, holding forward is not even that easy to do anymore as it was in the old DBD, because virtually every killer that come out would have some type of anti-loop mechanic in their power, or they're just aura reading. They already can see where you are. But I do think that this helps a lot of survivors, especially in solo queue, the give up and go next, thing where people just constantly say, you know what? And hey, I ain't gonna lie, I was one of them. I had one time to see you not on a generator, right? Like, you're not doing nothing, and then it's so funny because the moment I want to go next, that's when you want to run and actually do something and be like, hey, don't go next. Just watch me not do nothing all day and crouch around and not be on the gen, even though we can see that you're not doing anything because we have that meter that can actually show us if I'm doing something. I think that's very interesting. But at least they're doing something about that. The slugging thing for me, I'm still just a little bit confused on. I don't know if it's, I just think that it should not be where I am able to bleed out at the killer's discretion. That's just simply what that is. I don't care if it's 4 survivors slugged in a trial or there's 1 survivor slugged out, right? I just want to be clear. Slugging and bleeding out are 2 different things, right? Slugging and bleeding out are 2 different things, okay? Slugging is trying to, slow down the game and trying to, counter the survivors' generate progression and trying to, get everybody off a gen and then trying to, get your hook stage and stuff like that. Bleeding out is you're probably just standing over my body, trying to dry hump it, trying to prove a point, BMing basically overall. And I still think that even though you're like, okay, well, that's kind of slugging too when you're trying to find that last survivor because you're looking to pick that survivor up and put them on the hook. But y'all do know that survivors, I guess they're trying to do something about that hiding thing, even though they do have lockers in DBD. They do have, you can have immersed builds in DBD. This game is not just chase and run in the killer's face all day. And this is from a survivor that knows how to loop. All I play is Survivor. I played a little bit of Killer before, but all I mostly play Survivor. I know how to juice. I love being chased. I just want to be very clear. But they have immersed play, immersed builds. They have lockers. They have all these things. They have these, so you can't just act as if survivors can't ever hide. But dragging out a game for 40 minutes just so you can get that 4K, even though you already got a 3K win, is absurd. And anybody who plays Survivor, it's already unbearable because you're already gonna like to lose the game. You got teammates that will rat on you, but then they'll sit here and then killer have the nerve. Some killers will help you. Some killers care enough to be like, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna do whatever. But I just think that that's just simply like what that is. So, they did talk about the prestige reward system. That's the thing that's gonna hurt me the most. I'm gonna tell you why. And if you've been here long enough, please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys listening and watching. The prestige reward system. I've hit prestige 100 October 6th, 2022. Okay. I remember that day. I think I hit it early in the morning and I posted it and pinned it on Twitter. Because at that time, now granted, I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what your mama says. I don't care what your daddy say. You probably ain't even there anyway. I'm dead ass serious. I hit prestige 100 all solo queue, probably the first in the world, as I grinded 12 to 17 hours a day for 2 months. And yeah, I know I sound like a loser doing that. But at the same time, I paid up all the bills I needed to. I was staying with family, so I was working, but still, I mean, I wasn't working for like 6 months, but I had enough money to still pay the bills and contribute. But the point is, I knew I wanted to do this YouTube thing, and I wanted to take it seriously, and I wanted to hit partner, and I knew at that time, if I could reach Prestige 100, I would get some views, and it did. It helped me get partner. It helped me. So at some point, now looking back now, in retrospect, it wasn't something that was a waste of time for me. But at least I did that. But I just want to be clear on what they did that just bothered me. And even if I'm not the very first, I was second. Just want to be clear. I'm at least that. I was even beating streamers. I'm talking about like, cause grinding 12 to 7. I'm talking about from 6 a.m. to like 12 a.m. at night. I'm talking about dead ass every day. All solo queue. You do not understand what that has done to my mental in this game. That's where majority of my hours have come from. Right? But my point is that like, you know, when before they even added that, and they wanted us to, I even grinded, and I know y'all remember, for those who remember playing this, I grinded and got virtually everybody I wanted to P3, including Bubba, because he was my favorite killer at the time, to P3, to boost everybody up to P9. What did we get from that? We got nothing from that. We got nothing from, what, some charms? We got that everybody can get now. We got, bloody portraits. That's what you gave us. We can't even flex that. We can't flex our prestige. So what is the point? See, what y'all should have done outside of the icon that says, the icon basically just says, as a survivor to killer, come kick my ass. Come with my, I have this icon. I'm prestige 90. I'm prestige 100. Come kick my ass. That's pretty much what that was. Because you were not hiding that. I'm talking, you're in the lobby, you're literally not hiding from that. So my point is, what I'm saying is that y'all, we got our players to P3, to guys to boost it to P9, which helped the grind become less. We got nothing. When I hit Prestige 100, I only got one P100. I work too much. I've been in my job 2 years, never missed a shift in 2 years. I cannot prestige nobody else ever again. My highest stake in prestige is like Funk. She's like P38 or some shit like that. And then it's like Dwight, who's like P27 or whatever. I cannot have multiple prestige 100s. I cannot. I work too much. And I don't knock those who do it. If you're a streamer, cool, or you whatever. I cannot do that no more. It's just too much. Y'all could have gave us a cosmetic. Now y'all took away the icons because now we can't even flex it. And I'm going to tell y'all this right now. That was the even though I went through a whole lot at that time, I will never forget how I used to flex that Prestige 100 and then just dip out the lobby just for people to be like, oh my God, a Prestige 100. Dude, there's nothing will ever take that feeling away. I felt legendary. I felt like a god. I am a god, but just saying, like, I felt legendary at that time. And on top, because you gotta think that was new. People thought I was hacking. That was new. But I still think that they should have gave us like maybe the prestige color 100 could have been a different color, and then those who hit it at a certain time afterwards could be different, just to show the OGs. But like, y'all keep making everything inclusive and not exclusive. Y'all gotta make it where we have something. Now, do it. There are cosmetics that I can use now that I wasn't even back then. Like, they bringing back old chapter cosmetics, and I know the OG players hate that because it's like, can we have something, bro? I only got two cosmetics. I only got like a few cosmetics I can flex that showed that I got something that's only I can get. That PUBG fit from Dwight, you cannot get that. No, I am not going to let you borrow my fit. You cannot borrow my clothes. That is mine forever. Okay, and I remember grinding that, making a video. Okay, like Legacy, you cannot ever get back. They can bring it back. It's their game, but they're not bringing it back. Murder Mill, I just got it just to get it because it's like you can't get that in the store no more. But like, y'all be bringing stuff back. And the thing that Prestige with War Sims is going to hurt me because it's like now everybody can get it. Can we at least have something that's ours? That just showed that we was here and that it's just a time. That's why I would never, there are people who want Legacy. No, I never, ever want Legacy. I was not a part of that time. I don't want to disrespect the players who was at that time who had it. And that was, and you can only have it if it was on PC, I think in November or whatever, in 2016, because it was not even on console or anywhere else until 2017. That's it. So I don't know I just wanted to come with my thoughts. I know it's a long video and just kind of give my thoughts a bit. But y'all let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the new quality of life? Definitely check it out on Twitter. I don't feel like at all putting it in the link description. But you can definitely go and use your phone if you got internet. Or go use that McDonald's Wi-Fi. And go check out and go see. Go see what they're trying to do. Because killers, I'm going to tell you this right now. You are a bot if all you do is want to slug and tunnel and camp. Now, they're trying to do something about camping and tunneling. They did something about camping. They did some tunneling, just use OF. I mean, it is what it is. OFF, whatever that is. You know, OTR, I said OF. OTR, whatever. But when it comes, and I'm serious, when it comes to that anti-slugging, y'all going to be mad as hell. Y'all going to be mad. Because you can slug out the bots if you want. Or just surrender. I can surrender. I don't care. And I can keep my points. And, because listen, if you DC now, if you're on the ground, you only get like a minute. But again, slugging, people also DC for like stupid reasons, and slugging is just it's not healthy for the game, and you're doing it, and you're doing it because obviously you can't like get, I don't know, like jaw do the screen, so you can just do the BMing on the game, right? It's fine, it is what it is, but they're doing something about that, and I'm pretty excited about that. But hey, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next time. Or next video. Not in the next time, but like next video. So, all right, y'all. Have a blessed day. Oh, and check out the next video that's going to be coming out about the Blend Dead or whatever. I mean, it was pretty funny. I mean, it was funny, but not really. It was actually pretty interesting. I think it's a goated play style. I'm not lying to you. I'm dead ass. I'm not dead ass. I'm dead ass. There's the two different ways to say it, right? I'm not dead ass, but then I'm like dead ass. So definitely check it out. All right. Finally, I'm getting up out of here. Peace.